Well, we use offender behavior across all crimes. Across all crimes. One of the biggest things that we say is, behavior reflects personality. So when I go to the crime scene, or I interview somebody and I talk about offender behavior, or I recognize offender behavior at the scene, if I look at a scene and it's very well organized, there's not a lot of destruction, looks like the offender was able to maintain control. That tells me in their normal life, this is what we say, behavior reflects personality. In their normal life, they are probably very well organized. They are probably a little bit more intelligent. They take a little bit more pride in their own self and things like that. Whereas if I go to a crime scene and it's terrible, they weren't able to maintain control, or they do excessive damage for no reason. That gives me an idea that this person is probably not as intelligent, that in their own life they're probably not as organized.
Welcome back to another episode of SaltCube Analytics, a channel dedicated to analyze human behavior. My guest in this interview is Arthur Stephen Chancellor, commander of the US Army Criminal Investigation Division. But first, a word of caution. If you are of faint-hearted nature, then this interview is probably not what you're looking for, as we're discussing topics that might disturb your peace of mind. If, however, you are interested in behavior analysis in all its facets, and if you want to learn from Stephen's more than 40 years of experience in law enforcement so that you may apply what you learned in your own profession, then you're up for an interesting ride. Behavior, any behavior, reflects personality, which means that behavioral traces, and we are discussing what behavioral traces are in the interview, can provide a wealth of information about the characteristics of the person who left them behind. This in turn allows investigators to predict pre- and post-incident behavior of the perpetrator, and, in combination with victimology, to even predict the next likely victim. All of this is, as counterintuitive as it sounds, in essence, not only interesting in criminal context, but also in business, and is part of what I like to group under the admittedly simplified umbrella of reading people. There are very dark edges around our modern societies, and we can dispute what is causing them. But people like Stephen make sure that these dark edges remain on the outer periphery of what we consider our normal lives, so that it is only when disaster strikes that we even become aware of their existence.